Okay, so yesterday, y'all know that Koi got her report card, and I wrote the teacher a letter. Don't talk about my handwriting. I graduated high school, and I did some college, so... Anyways, so I asked for a conference, and I asked for a change of classroom, because I just feel like she's nitpicking with my daughter. It's been multiple occasions, with her getting in trouble in the classroom for, like, the smallest things. The stuff is, like, really retarded to me. I mean, like, they're in kindergarten. They're still kids. Like, you don't have to report everything back. Like, oh, she dropped the pencil off her desk. Now I'm going to send her to the office. Like, it be stuff like that. Like, it's really just nonsense. So I requested a conference, and she wrote back and said that I can come tomorrow. And she also got in trouble today in school. It says Koya had to sit with another teacher 2 times for not following directions. Okay. So, I mean, I sent the letter today, and now all of a sudden she got in trouble. I mean, I really feel like it's like a little nitpicking going on with this teacher. So, I'm definitely going to the school tomorrow to see what's really going on. She's over there doing her name again. She's doing the lowercase letters. Let me see if you do it a little bit better.
Like the A.
Okay, that's a little bit better. But that Y has to come down some, okay? You see how Mommy did those Y's right there? Okay. See? You did good with the A's. They need to get better, though. But you're doing pretty good, Mama. The principal was on my side, and she agreed to change her grade to what it's supposed to be. And she got all 2s now because she's progressing.
Okay, here's the backstory. That mom has a kindergartner, and the kindergartner earns all 1s on this writing assessment. The child was assessed by the professional teacher, whose job is to follow the state standards. Mom gets ticked off. Mom writes this letter. The mother wrote it. Mom ends up going to a meeting with teacher, principal. Principal changes the grade. Mom thinks it's a win. Retired teacher here. I'm here to tell you, Mom, that is not a win. They did that to get rid of you, just to appease you. Those are the cold, hard facts. But here's another cold, hard fact. Unless this mom is willing to recognize that her child needs help with handwriting, she too may end up writing a letter like this when she becomes an adult. The only person who loses here is the child.
The kids can't read, write, or remember anything or use their imaginations, and the teachers are wondering why. Parents are confused with why our children are coming home with these crazy grades or not knowing how to do their homework, so then we can't help them because they don't know how to tell us what the hell they're doing in class. All across the country, we got teachers saying the same thing, that these kids are not in the level or on the level of the grade that they're in, that their handwriting is crazy, that they have 0 retention and 0 access to imagination. They will practice a subject or a skill the whole week, and then when it comes to testing, the children draw a blank. They don't know. They don't know what they're supposed to do. We were writing full-ass essays, the final draft and the rough draft in the same 45-minute time period, ready to turn in 3rd grade. We got high schoolers out here right now that can't write 5 paragraphs. And the teachers and parents alike want to know why. But I'm going to tell you something. It ain't the kids. It's the system. It's not just COVID. It's not just the phones and the tablets. It's not just the parents. It's not just the curriculum. It's all of it.
Good morning. The children at George Bush said we could not leave behind. They are procreating and they are making children, and I am scared about it. The reason why I say that is because I ran across a post last night, and the young lady was complaining because her daughter made all 1s. I will put screenshots on the screen. I'm not going to tag her because sis she not clocked in. She not paying attention. Okay. She made a post saying that her daughter received all 1s on her handwriting and her work. The way that she is comprehending, she's saying that my daughter can write. Her handwriting is neat. Baby, the teacher is not telling you that she got sloppy handwriting. The teacher is telling you that she does not know how to write in the proper way. She doesn't comprehend that her name is a proper name, a proper noun, and she needs to capitalize her name and capitalize the first letter of her name and lowercase the other letters. She doesn't understand that there needs to be a space between her first and her last name. She doesn't understand that she needs to hold her pencil in a proper manner, and that's the reason why children have to show that they can write in a proper manner, is so that way they can show that they have fine motor skills. The pinchers, okay? Keep that thought. She then proceeds to triple down and make videos cussing people out, and then she says she wrote a letter to the school. Okay. She wrote a letter, and within the first sentence of the letter, I said, "Oh, the apple did not fall far from the tree." Okay. I put it up there. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree because you, as a 28-year-old high school graduate, you don't even know how to format a letter. You don't know how to format a letter. You don't know how to use proper, what's the word I'm looking for? Proper punctuation. Boom. You don't know how to use proper punctuation. And you are telling us that the teacher is wrong. And then she doubled down by going to the school and they changed it to a 2. See, the problem with that is they changed it without the baby actually getting the help that she needs. They changed it just because the parent complained. They did not change it because she performed. The children that George Bush left behind are having children, and we are going to breed another round of children that need to be left behind.
Okay. I am not trying to fearmonger you, but I was an assistant principal, I was a middle school teacher, and I was a high school teacher. And I need you to know America is in a literacy crisis, and they're not making a big enough deal about it. Our children cannot read. Our children cannot read, let alone writing a paragraph, let alone comprehension. They cannot read. They do not know how to sound words out. They were not taught that. And if you're wondering, well, then why does my kid just keep getting passed on to the next grade? Because that's what they're doing now. They're not holding the children back. They're moving them on. They're graduating them, knowing that your child is illiterate. Our next change makers, our next lawmakers, our next voters cannot read. I beg of you, take the tablets and the cell phones away. Practice letter recognition and sounds and reading with your child, please. And I'm going to keep it a stack with you. They been knew. They been knew the babies couldn't read and didn't care. You know when they started caring? After the pandemic. Them test scores plummeted. First of all, test scores for reading were pretty stagnant for the last decade. But after the pandemic, they plummeted. And now they were like, oh, we got to do something about it. Columbia University, I'm looking at you. You fully backed balanced reading. Fully backed it. Teachers College was 100% pushing out balanced reading. That's why the kids don't know how to sound things out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go do some research. Now they're trying to push science of reading. That's the way. And if you're like, what's science of reading? That's what we was doing. And by we, I'm talking about millennials and older. The little when we were sounding words out, that's, yeah. Now they're trying to bring that back. And if you're like, wait, they stopped doing that? Yes! For years, they stopped doing it. I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to be done. If you have the opportunity and the privilege, right? Because taking off from work is a privilege. You need to start, and by you, I'm talking to parents and guardians, start going to these PTSA meetings and these district meetings. They are passing so many policies and they're banking on the fact that parents and families are not going to show up. You need to know what those policies are and how they're affecting your children, particularly Black and brown children. They know families can't or won't show up. You need to be more involved with your students' schooling. Their life, quite literally, depends on it. All right, I'm done.
Let me say this clearly and with respect. Schools are not customer service centers. Education isn't retail, and parents aren't customers. And teachers aren't here to be right or wrong based on who complains the loudest. Our responsibility is not to keep adults comfortable. It's to educate, support, and hold students accountable, even when that gets uncomfortable. If and when schools begin to operate like customer service centers, this is what happens. Boundaries disappear, expectations weaken, and students learn that accountability is negotiable. Partnership does not mean agreement all the time. It means trust, communication, and understanding that schools see children in ways that some families don't see at home. Parents matter, educators matter, and students do their best when those roles are respected. This isn't about being right. It's about doing what's right for the kids. Intentionally, of course.